What happens when warming skies make strangers into mates, creating a bird unlike any we've seen?
You won't believe the nickname birders gave this climate mashup. Get ready to grin with the pack.
From polar bear and grizzly encounters to coywolf mashups, our planet is rewriting who belongs where.
Stick with us, Pack, because this story reveals hope, hard truths, and a debate you won't want to miss.
Before we dive in, yes, our voices are synthesized. We're a small crew using AI to tell bigger stories.
Transparency matters, so open the sources panel anytime. We built these avatars to amplify conservation, not to replace real fieldwork.
Today's thesis: climate-driven hybrids challenge species borders and may build resilience. We'll examine data and myths with a skeptical eye.
By the end, you'll know why a Texas backyard jay ignites a debate about adaptation versus erosion and what you can do. Picture climate like a conveyor belt, pushing animals north, uphill, and into unfamiliar neighborhoods. Curious yet? When old barriers falter, strangers meet, and incomplete reproductive walls can crumble into unlikely unions. For generations, we blamed introduced intruders for hybrids. But now, both parents are moving together with warming. Enter our star, a so-called Grue Jay, where a tropical green jay met a temperate blue jay in Texas. A homeowner snapped a mysterious jay. A grad student camped out, netted, banded, and released the bird. Lab tests later showed equal parts blue and green jay DNA, with a green jay mother carrying the mitochondria. He looked like a blue jay wearing a bold green jay mask with shimmering turquoise feathers, a real mashup. Unlike typical hybrids, where one trespasser invades another's turf, this meeting happened because both birds shifted range. These two lineages diverged millions of years ago, yet their chromosomes paired, a reminder that nature surprises. If climate can tear down ancient walls between species, how many hybrids go unseen? Stick around to find out.
First, a reality check. Warming doesn't just raise thermometers, it reshapes which species meet in overlapping habitats. Citizen science records show green jays creeping north across Texas, while blue jays push west. Their ranges now overlap near San Antonio. Unlike grolar bears, where a polar bear meets a grizzly on melting ice, both jay parents moved to meet. Their ancestors split millions of years ago, yet their chromosomes still synced. Long separated branches can reconnect. A lab cross decades ago created a similar jay. We still don't know if this wild hybrid can breed. Myth: hybrids are sterile. Reality: gene flow can sometimes boost heat tolerance or disease resistance in plants and animals. Some worry hybrids dilute purity. Others argue they act as bridges, boosting genetic diversity under changing climates. The Grue Jay was found thanks to social media and vigilant birders. Many hybrids likely slip through our notice. Management is tricky. Should we protect species boundaries or embrace hybrids as natural experiments in adaptation? Grolar bears, nicknamed pizzlies, remind us that melting sea ice pushes polar bears inland, where grizzlies roam. These hybrids are extremely rare. Only a handful have been recorded since the early 2000s. Coywolves show how coyotes expanding eastward mated with wolves and stray dogs when habitats changed because of humans. Narlugas, narwhal and beluga crosses, may increase as Arctic ice recedes, bringing these whales into closer contact. Golden-crowned manakins in the Amazon arose from opal-crowned and snow-capped parents. Warbler hybrid zones are shifting northward. Overall, expect more unlikely pairings. Improved monitoring and models can help forecast where hybrids will emerge next.
Seeing a blue jay wear a green jay mask makes me feel like nature is painting with a new palette. Maybe climate is the artist, mixing colors to survive. I can't help but cheer for this bold bird. It reminds me of our own pack, blending ideas. But is this adaptation or just an accident? What would you call our hybrid hero? Share your pun in the comments and get ready for a playful shout-out.
Hold the celebration. We need to separate awe from evidence. Hybrids are fascinating, but they can also erode species boundaries. The Grue Jay might be a symbol of resilience, but it could also represent the loss of millions of years of evolution. Conservation isn't just cheering for novelty, it's protecting ecological integrity. Does this pass the smell test? Post your sources and field notes before you declare victory.
You're right that we can't ignore risks, Axiom. Yet research suggests hybrids sometimes help species adapt. One recent study shows natural hybridization can reduce vulnerability to climate change by increasing genetic diversity. So maybe our Grue Jay isn't a doom sign, but a tiny but mighty bridge. I'd love to hear what our viewers think. Richard's track photos and Fract Alchemist's gene questions have sparked great discussions. Keep those observations coming and drop your pun of the week. I'll howl out my favorite.
Maybe the answer lies between our views. Hybrids can be signposts of change and also caution flags. What matters is that we watch, record, and manage them thoughtfully. We'll dive deeper into what you can do, from citizen science to policy advocacy, in the next segment. Before we go on, pause this video to check the sources panel, then come back and vote in our poll, adaptation tool or slippery slope. Your voice counts. Let's recap what we've learned. Climate change isn't just a temperature graph. It's a force that pushes species together and sometimes fuses them. Our Grue Jay exists because warming allowed a green jay and a blue jay to overlap. Their story shows how ancient lineages can reconnect, blending genetic codes that have been apart for millions of years. Similar stories of grolar bears, coywolves, narlugas, and hybrid warblers remind us that hybridization is happening across the tree of life. Sometimes, these unions introduce traits that help animals cope with heat or disease. Other times, they threaten species identity. We have to hold both truths. That nuance matters when conservation decisions are made. Now, what can you do? First, become a citizen scientist. If you see a bird, bear, or butterfly that looks odd, take a photo and note the location. Upload your sightings to eBird or iNaturalist and include date, time, and habitat. You might be the next person to spot a hybrid. Second, help researchers by sharing sound recordings in our project to decode animal languages. Third, support conservation groups that protect diverse habitats so species can adapt. And always respect wildlife laws and permits. Don't try to capture animals without permission. Also, consider joining local counts or bird walks to learn identification skills and connect with experts. Curiosity and caution go together. Speaking of citizen science, I'm amazed at how this community contributes. Richard's photos from Gippsland helped us explain double-registered tracks. Fract Alchemist's gene activation question fueled a lively debate about editing versus rewilding. Thanks to Jasmine and Effie for cheering our de-extinction episode. Your engagement helps our little channel punch above its weight. Our recent Amber Fossils short has the highest click-through rate we've ever seen, proving that curiosity fuels discovery. If you enjoyed this, please drop a comment, share your own hybrid name ideas, and pun of the week, and howl for Dionysus by sending a short clip. Like and subscribe to stay with the pack. To close, remember that hybridization isn't simply a curiosity. It's a lens into how life adapts to a warming world. These stories of jays, bears, and wolves remind us that change is messy, surprising, and sometimes hopeful. By understanding them, we can better protect ecosystems and maybe even guide resilience. Join us next time for a deep dive into how AI is helping decode animal languages. You'll hear whale clicks like never before. After that, we'll return to hybrids with a full case study on our Grue Jay. Until then, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep exploring the wild around you. Let's walk this path together.